there, it's Kristen again with Ministry to Children. And today we have some crafts that have to do with the parable of the 10 virgins, 10 bridesmaids, 10 waiting ladies, however you would like to phrase it, and has to do with being prepared and waiting eagerly for the coming of Jesus. So we have a few crafts that are going to go along with that. One is a lamp of sorts. One has to do with oil, and one has to do with being prepared. So we're going to start, first of all, with a very simple decoration that is meant to give us some positive reminders of what it means to be prepared for Jesus and how we can prepare, especially seeing as how we have no idea when he's coming back or what's going to happen, but we can still think of ways that we can prepare for Christ. So you're going to be making a decorative cross with some ideas about being prepared. Now, this could turn into a hanging wall decoration. It could turn into a bookmark. It could just be a cute little placemat. There's a lot of ways that you could go with this, but we're going to just take some regular old paper, and you're going to start by outlining a cross that you'll later be cutting out. And one of the easiest ways to do this, you can get very precise if you've got a ruler handy, or you can just eyeball it and make yourself some arms of your cross so that it's ready to cut out later. But for ease of decoration, we're going to start by writing. Now, the idea is that we are going to be prepared for Jesus, and talk with your kids about what that means. It means that not only are we excited that someday Jesus will return, but we also live in the right now of recognizing that Jesus is always around us, and that we want to recall his presence and live in light of it. So you're going to have kids list things that they can do to be prepared. So you might pray every day. Read your Bible. Another way that we can be prepared and live in light of understanding that Jesus is always with us and near us is we can love one another. We can go to church. So help them to brainstorm some ideas of this. Then you can add additional decorations if you like, some stickers, glitter if you're feeling adventurous. And then you're going to cut this out. And you don't have to necessarily have a cross shape. You could use a heart or a star or some other kind of shape if you prefer. But of course, the cross is a great reminder that we're talking about Jesus here. And then once you have it cut out, of course, if you're doing this for a bookmark, you might want to do it a little bit smaller, unless you have a really enormous book that you're reading, which is awesome. Please let me know what kind of book that is, because that would be fantastic. Anyways, after you've got it cut out, you're going to punch a hole in it. So you can put either a ribbon, a pipe cleaner, a lovely piece of string through it, and then tie that off. And now you've got your wonderful decoration slash bookmark slash massive luggage tag, whatever you'd like. There's number one. Craft number two is pretty simple, and you can kind of combine these as well. If you want to make craft number two also a reminder of ways to be prepared for Jesus, you can cut out some little strips of paper and write down those things as well. But we're going to make a lamp. This is a very miniature lamp, and there are a variety of ways that you could do this. Can you make it from a paper plate or paper bowl? Of course. Can you make it from a big styrofoam cup? Most definitely. Just so happens that we're going to use these teeny tiny cute little cups. And we're going to talk about how in Bible times, people did not have things like batteries and light bulbs that you could just plug in and easily work. They had lamps. These lamps would be fueled with oil. that's what the story is talking about, that not everyone had enough oil to keep their lamp burning. So we're going to make a little lamp in this cup, and you can cut out a strip of paper to remind yourself of what this thing is, and you're going to, on the paper, write something like, be prepared for Jesus, keep your light shining, this little light of mine. You're going to tape that to your cup, and then you're going to make a little flame for it. Now, of course, there are multiple ways that you could do this as well. So one way that you can make your flame is with a popsicle stick. And you're simply going to, if you have clay or Play-Doh, you could stick a little tiny blob of that on there, or you can just color it and use an orange or a yellow or even a red to make it a flame shape, or you could surround it with tissue paper, or you can surround it with construction paper or something that might make it look nice and flaming. And then you're going to attach that to the inside of your cup with some tape or perhaps some glue. The tape's probably going to be your best bet here to make sure that it sticks and that you don't have to wait forever for it to dry. Then you're going to take a string or a pipe cleaner. Pipe cleaner is probably going to work best because you're going to want to fold it into something that you can set the cup inside. So I've got this pre-made version, and you can set the cup just right so that you have a little handle on the end of your pipe cleaner, and you can just hold your little pipe cleaner handle, hold your handle, and hold your little lamp like you've got your little light that's going to shine and not go out. So that's a fun little reminder of the lamp element of this parable and of being prepared with our light shining. So again, multiple ways that you can do that, but that's one idea. Final craft that we're going to do is slightly more time involved, but it also involves oil. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a piece of paper. Now you can just use regular white printer paper. In fact, it might work a little better with that. We're going to use construction paper. It's a bit sturdier, but sometimes the white is good because what we're going to do is we're going to make a stained glass of sorts. And this is something that you can hang in the window and the light will shine through and make it look extra pretty. Now, the way that we're going to make that shiny element is we're going to use crayons and we're going to use some vegetable oil. So, for the sake of timing, I'm going to actually cut this paper so that we don't have to sit here and color for a long, long time. But you're going to have the kids design some sort of an image. So, of course, this can be something simple, something big, something beautiful. So let's say that we're going to do a star, and we're going to put a cross in the center of the star. And hopefully you're a better artist than I am. But again, this is the speed version. Reaching across. And you want to have the kids press pretty good and hard so that you make some nice dark lines with your crayons, because you want that wax to be kind of built up. That will help us to get a good shininess. Shininess is totally a word. So you're going to have them color, encourage them to use bright, vibrant colors, something that will stand out, that will show up, that will look good. It's great if you use a lot of like stripes or zigzaggies or patterns or something. So you're going to color this, and then once you are all finished coloring, see, this is why I cut the paper, so at least I wouldn't have quite as much to sit here and color and doodle. But once you've got it pretty much completely colored, you really want to have most of the paper filled out. That's just going to make it look better, especially once we get that oil on there. What the oil is going to do is that's going to create this beautiful shiny element on it, so that when you hang it up in a window, it operates like a stained glass and looks really shiny and beautiful and pretty. So we're coloring, and once you've got all those wonderful, shiny, darkly colored and shaded and pressing hard, well done elements going on, you're going to take a cotton ball. And you're going to dip that cotton ball in some vegetable oil. You don't need to use a lot, just a few drops really. You can also use baby oil. That works really well in this as well. But if you don't have baby oil and you just happen to have vegetable oil around, because it's usually a little easier to come by, either kind of oil will work. So here we go. We're going to take our oil and dab a little bit onto cotton ball, and then you're going to, once you got your cotton ball kind of dipped in there, you're just going to spread that. Kind of looks like the cross is upside down. Oh well, you're going to spread that all around, and then it's a bit difficult really to demonstrate without the sunlight, and unfortunately it's rather a cloudy day here at the moment. But once you've got it nice and dabbed and good and greasy, this is going to make it so that when there is a light that shines through it, it makes it look nice and shiny. You can kind of see how shiny it is. Perhaps if I have a flashlight of sorts, that will assist as well. Let's see. Let's try this. There we go. So you can kind of see how it shines through when something is behind it. And then, of course, you can add a little string to hang that up and put it in your window so that you have a beautiful sun catcher. And the idea there was that we used the oil. The oil was the essential element that was missing in the story for some of those people that were waiting. So you have fun oil-based art, fun lantern, and reminder to always be prepared. So of course, as always, make this your own, do what you like with it, add to it, take away from it, adapt, adjust, change. These are just some springboard ideas to get you going. We have new videos that are coming out every week, so feel free to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below if you have suggestions or comments, or if you've done this and enjoyed it or hated it. Have a wonderful week. Make some disciples, make some crafts. We'll see you next time.